Hi folks, welcome to chapter 4 of our solicitor accounts. Today in SQE1 window, we are looking at receipts and payment of client money. So as this chapter clearly mentioned, we are trying to understand how solicitors receive and pay client money. Handling money is not just about balancing the book. It's about following the rules, keeping clients happy, not happy. Sometimes they are not. Of course, you need to keep them satisfied, informed, and being transparent and do whatever you can do under the rules, and avoiding the heart-stopping moment when you realize you have accidentally moved someone else's money. By the end of this session, you shall know exactly how to record every receipt and payment and why each entry matters. So, categories. Client funds generally fall into four different categories. Cost paid in advance are considered client money until billed. We have talked about it. Cost already billed become firm's money. Money held on behalf of clients, such as property deposit or estate fund, is client money. Money for third-party liabilities, like stamp duty or court fee, of course, it is client money. Office expenses, such as postage or courier fee, are non-client money, not at all. Those are firm's money. And then there are mixed payment, which contain both client and firm money. Think of it as a cocktail of funds that need careful separation. So, when a bill of cost is delivered, the firm delivers a bill of cost, and what happens at the end? Once a firm delivers a bill of cost, fee become earned and non-client money at that point. We have talked about it. For example, Mr. William Taylor receives a bill of £1,000 plus 200 VAT. So VAT mean value added tax, VAT. The entries are debit Mr. Taylor's ledger £1,000, business section, credit profit cost account £1,000, business section, and debit Mr. Taylor's ledger £200, business section, and credit HMRC account for £200, business section. Keeping these entries accurate ensures clarity on fee and taxes owed at that point. So accurate recording, you need to just look at VAT liability and how to record it. And I hope this slide makes sense. If you don't understand it, go through it again. Client sends money to firm. When a client sends money, the solicitor must decide, is this firm money or client money or a mixed payment? This is critical because misallocating funds can breach the SRA rules. The correct accounting entry ensures client money stays safe and firm money is correctly recorded. So that's what 4 steps that we need to keep in mind. And we need, once there is any error, we should be careful to correct it at that point. So firm money only, if it is only firm's money, if a payment covers billed fee and disbursement, it is firm money and it belongs to business account. For instance, Mrs. Victoria sends like £200 for billed work, record debit cash account £200, and then business section, that will be in business section. So you need to record first entry should be, you need to debit cash account £200 in business section and credit Mr. Davies ledger for £200 in business section. It's simple bookkeeping, but accuracy is the key in that case. So once again, key principle is pre-existing bills transform client obligation into firm asset at that point. Be mindful of that fact. So what is client money once you receive it? Like what you need to do, what entries you need to put at. So payment of unbilled fee at that point. Deposits or closing costs are client money and must go into client account unless otherwise agreed. Once again, we said unbilled fee here. It is not billed, even you have done your work. Example that we got here is £200 received for stamp duty. Record in this way, debit cash account £200, in client section, credit client ledger £200 in client section, and money remains client money until used appropriately. So you must understand what is client money. We have given it on slide in these three tabs, and then an example that explains how to record it. Let's go to mixed payment. And that's exam favorite, like that's examined in SQE1 questions. Mixed payment contain both firm and client money. The firm must allocate funds promptly to the correct account. And we got an example of Mr. George sends £800, £700 for billed fee, and that is firm money, and £100 as stamp duty, that is client money. Now, how to record it? Bit tricky, but that's not that tricky. We can easily understand it. So for record, debit cash £700 in business section, and credit client ledger £700 in business section. That's business money. Now debit cash £100 in client section, and credit client ledger £100 in client section. So that's it. Think of it as careful fun juggling. Like, you got two balls to juggle at that time. But if you keep both balls separate and keep an eye on them, you can easily understand that mixed payment as well. So, correcting errors. Of course, we are human. We solicitors are human. We can go wrong. We can do things. After becoming solicitor, this was the thing that always haunted me, like solicitor accounts. Not only, but believe me, I scored 100% in it because I understood the dynamics once I took this exam back like a year ago, like at that point. So mistakes happen. Client money accidentally paid into the business account must be fixed immediately. Example, £800 client money mistakenly entered in business account. Now, what we need to do, debit cash £800, business section, credit client ledger £800 in business section. Now, you need to do another entry, then transfer promptly. Debit client ledger £800, business section, credit cash part £800 in business section, and debit cash 800 in client section, and credit client ledger £800 in client sections. All of it will fix it. Prompt action avoids a breach, and of course it makes the client and you happy. So all these, like, once you have recognized the error, reverse the incorrect entry, and then transfer it to client account. So these are 3 steps. You need to understand all of them, and it will make your life easy in your SQE1 exam and afterward. So special type of receipt, payment for agreed fee not yet billed, are client money. Checks payable to client or third parties are not client money but should be noted. Payment by one client to another can go directly to the business account. And if a client asks you to withhold money temporarily, you need written instruction and proper accounting record. Always follow the paper trail, but you can never be a bank for your client. You cannot give banking services for your client. You can't hold their money without any purpose. So paying disbursement on behalf of client, disbursement are paid from client money if sufficient funds exist. In that case, debit client ledger client section, credit cash account client section. If there is not enough money, pay from business account and recover later. Debit client ledger business account, credit cash account business section. Always ensure compliance with Rule 4.3 and 5.1 before transferring funds. So what is petty cash payment? Another thing. Small client expenses can be paid from petty cash. Funded from business account, for example, transfer debit petty cash, business section, credit cash account, business section. Payment for client, debit client ledger, business section, and credit petty cash, business section. If client money covers the expenses, if it is client money, then debit client ledger, client section, and credit cash account, client section. Then transfer to business account, debit cash business section, credit client ledger, business section. Remember, petty cash is for convenience, not a free for all at that point. So yeah, you can do it, but I believe solicitors, they avoid it most of the time. Yeah. So exam tips, sorry for the font, but I will try to make sense of all of them. Identify first whether funds are client money, and we are talking about it in every slide, firm money, mixed money and all, and then start thinking about the entries. I would say you can just make your own notes as well, a table that just tells you about all these entries. Many of us confuse these or misrecord petty cash as disbursement. Always follow client instruction, allocate funds correctly, and record every section in correct ledger section. Promptly correct any error. Accuracy, clarity, and compliance are your best friends. In SQE1 solicitor account questions, like you need to keep in mind that once your concepts are clear and terminology is clear, you will be all right. Think of it as protecting client money and avoiding very awkward conversation later. Not only awkward conversation, but also awkward marks as well. So I wish you all the best. Very good marks in solicitor accounts. Wish you all the best. Ta-da.